The Mos Eisley Cantina has long been a place where some of the more ruthless and moral dry individuals of the galaxy pass their time. Drinking and gambling is commonplace here, but that's not what brings Ahsoka Tano to the cantina. She is in search of one man, a former friend that betrayed her master years ago. She has been tasked with killing Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's exactly what she plans on doing. The bartender, a man by the name of Wuher, spots her walking in and immediately realizes how out of place she is. "Hey girl! Over here!" The burly bartender draws more attention to Tano, something she didn't need at the moment, though she wasn't enough to distract the patrons from their booze and food. She walks over, cloak over her head, hiding her identity as much as possible. The bartender can still make out the markings on her face. "Togrutas don't usually make it to Tatooine. You must be looking for someone." Ahsoka didn't expect to stand out as much as she did, but she was pleased to see that she probably wouldn't face too much trouble in getting the information that she needed. But she had to carefully choose her words. More than likely, Obi-Wan, if he had been here, didn't reveal his true identity, but she had to take a chance with something. I don't know if he's been here. That's my only problem." "Some of everything has been here, lady. Pick your poison and take a chance. Who are you looking for?" Ahsoka seemed to look around just to make sure no one was paying too close of attention to her conversation before she spoke. "Someone by the name of Obi-Wan Kenobi." Wuher paused as he began to ponder the name. The amount of faces he has seen is only topped by the amount of names he has heard. Then it hit him. He's heard of at least part of what she's looking for. "Now I'll tell you this. I don't know an Obi-Wan, but I know a Ben Kenobi. A real drifter, that man is. Maybe he's just Obi-Wan's father or grandfather." Ahsoka seemed shocked at his answer. "Grandfather? Exactly how old is this Ben Kenobi?"
I never got an age, but he looks just as old as the stars. Gray head, moves as slow as a bantha when he hobbles around. He only comes through every now and then. I've never really talked to him. You see, little lady, you've come into this cantina and haven't paid for a single thing."
Ahsoka could tell where this was headed and wanted to waste no time in getting her answer. She flashed her dual sabers to the bartender, who felt a knot form in his neck.
"Fine. I see what you're after. He stays out in the hut towards the Dune Sea. Good luck. It's a long journey."
"I think I get along just fine." Ahsoka exited the cantina as quickly as she entered. She was getting closer and closer to her goal, but something was beginning to feel uneasy. As she made her way out of Mos Eisley, She began to feel as though she was being followed. She watched behind her, but the Tatooine night made it hard to make out anything. She reached down for both her lightsabers just to prepare, and in that moment, a large figure sprung towards her, tackling her to the ground. Her lightsabers were flung from her hands, and she was left looking at a Trandoshan.
"Wu here doesn't take lightly the threats, Jedi."
The hunter brandished only an axe against his target, and she wasn't entirely fazed by his verbal warning. Wu here has two things wrong. I don't care, and I'm no Jedi.
"It doesn't matter what you are. After this, you'll be dead."
The Trandoshan flung himself towards Ahsoka, who saw no challenge in her enemy. He even resorted to a blaster rifle, but it wasn't enough to slow Ahsoka down, who, without her sabers, force-pushed the Trandoshan against a wall. She approached him slowly, retrieving her lightsabers in the process. This time, I'll let you live. You tell Wu here, as long as I'm on this planet, he stays out of my business, or I'll have his head. You got it? The Trandoshan growled as he crawled away, quickly learning his lesson. Ahsoka now set out for the Dune Sea, continuing her mission. Before long, she did come across the hut Wu here spoke of, and just returning home was the man that had to be Ben Kenobi. He matched the description that the bartender gave, and Ahsoka couldn't help but believe that this man was maybe the father of Obi-Wan. She approached slowly, but all things changed once she was recognized.
"Ahsoka Tano, how did you manage to find me?"
It was Obi-Wan. This hermit in the desert was once the wise Jedi she once knew. Master Kenobi, is that really you?
I'm assuming you have so many questions. It has been quite some time, hasn't it?
Ahsoka felt a small flame build inside her as she asked one question. What happened to Anakin? Obi-Wan sat down in front of his hut and began to stir a fire as he began to answer Ahsoka's question.
That's a long story.
We have the time for now. Ahsoka really wanted to see if there was truth to Vader's words back on Wabani, if he was really betrayed by Obi-Wan.
It started the day you left for Mandalore. I had never seen Anakin so happy before. But it all changed from there. The Mandalore siege took longer than anticipated, so you never returned. Anakin was being frustrated and even ostracized by the Jedi Council. And Palpatine was controlling it all.
Ahsoka, combing through all Obi-Wan said, couldn't help but notice her question wasn't answered. But what happened to Anakin? Kenobi could sense that something was different about Ahsoka.
Anakin was possessed by the dark side. He let Palpatine fill his head with lies, and it created death and destruction as a result. In turn, I had to stop him.
So you left him to die? That was it. Ahsoka could begin to see the truth behind Anakin's story, but Kenobi was becoming even more concerned with her true intentions.
Why are you here, Ahsoka? What really led to your quest to find me?
My master wants revenge. With that, Ahsoka activated her sabers, and Kenobi didn't know what to do next. He only tried to reason with his former companion.
Vader found you. I see. I hope you know that Anakin is no longer within him. You're serving a far different purpose than what you believe.
You didn't help him, and you didn't help me. Now you must pay.
Very well. If this is how you wish to continue, so be it.
Kenobi now activated his lightsaber, and the tension couldn't be any greater. The old friends now clashed blades, the weight of a war's worth of emotions bleeding out. Kenobi continued to try to sway Ahsoka away from her choice.
Don't make the same mistakes as he did. It'll only lead to suffering.
Kenobi's words only angered Ahsoka more. The hate she felt added to her power. She gained the upper hand on her old friend as he began stepping back from her barrage. She fought like Anakin did all those years ago on Mustafar, but his body just couldn't keep up. In an instant, Ahsoka swiped at his leg, bringing Kenobi down to a knee. She raised her blade to his neck, and he looked up in pure sadness to what has happened.
You've doomed yourself, Ahsoka. The Sith only know betrayal. It's bound to happen to you.
Ahsoka stared down Kenobi and uttered only 2 words. Already has. With that, she struck her old friend down, his body landing on the ground. She saw his lightsaber rolling and decided to keep it as a trophy. She left with no regrets.